Final update. Married, slept with another man, and regret it immediately. Husband found out. I am not sure if he wants to leave me or not, but I am willing to do anything to fix it.
Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started.
Final update. Married, slept with another man, and regret it immediately. Husband found out. I am not sure if he wants to leave me or not, but I am willing to do anything to fix it. There was an air of uncertainty above all hope. I was illustrating in my update 11 months ago. Because we've all read relationship subreddits, I am aware how few marriages make it after one of the partners cheats, even if reconciliation is attempted. We had a huge fight at some point, unrelated to my infidelity, and once it was done and we said our sorries, I realized he never once mentioned the event, my affair, to get the upper hand on me during the fight or after. We have talked about the event multiple times at length, but he never used it as leverage in fights or when he wanted to have his way. He did get annoyed with me because I had a number of books about fixing a relationship after infidelity, and he said he wants me to do things because I want to them, not because a book tells me. If I follow what the book tells me to do, how does he know I am genuine and not just going through the motions? For that reason, we haven't gone to marriage counseling. Many people have recommended marriage counseling, and quite a few people who have gone through similar experiences as myself have said marriage counseling is what made them survive and reconcile. This being said, I will be honest. I never felt like I was walking on eggshells around my husband, or what he wanted me to be all submissive and meek around him. He was very honest with me, and we talked our feelings at length. Our intimate life has become more passionate, and as I mentioned before, he became more possessive in bed. We are having the best sex we ever had because we are honest with our wants and needs now. And we don't shy away any longer from being open with one another. My sister-in-law is getting a divorce and is currently living with us. Her husband was revealed as a serial cheater. He got another woman pregnant, and this is how it all came to light. My sister-in-law is a smart cookie, and it didn't take her long to figure about the event a year ago. The only people we ever told was our parents, and they haven't talked with anyone else about it. To say my sister-in-law blossomed a passionate hate for me would be an understatement. We went from very good friends to fire and brimstone. I understand her completely, and thankfully, she changed her mind about me, but it wasn't easy to go from whore to I still hate you. But you're my friend, and your husband is on my ass to forgive you. Her financial situation is not good. She wasn't working, and her husband was the only source of income in their household. She has nowhere to go, so she will live with us for the foreseeable future. It would have been impossible for her to live with us if she didn't become civil. Fortunately, she was a witness to my road to redemption. And we had a heart-to-heart discussion. We are back to being friends now. 3 months ago, out of nowhere, completely unexpected and planned, I found out I am pregnant. I suppose with the amount of intimacy we've been sharing this past year, it was inevitable. My husband is over the moon. My kids, not so thrilled. But the idea they will have a baby brother or sister is growing on them. My son was told by friends at school that we, his parents, will now only have time for the baby and will ignore him, and will stop loving him. My husband told me that there seemed to be challenges ahead of us bigger than the event, going forward, and how we handle them is going to define us in the eyes of our children. I think my son took the teasing at school harder than expected because a year ago, when my husband moved back home, we had our kids stay with his parents or my parents for about a month. While we worked our wishes out, We expected we will fight or yell at each other or knows what, and we didn't want our children to witness that. Thankfully, none of that came to fruit. But my son took that month hard, not seeing us as much as he was used to. Kids at school told him we are divorcing. This is something we do go to therapy for, as a family, and it has helped our children immensely. Bottom line is, after many heart to heart talks, it is clear to both my husband and I we are not having another baby to fix our marriage. We didn't plan for it, but the baby will be here in less than 6 months. A point I don't really want to talk about, but I have been asked to death about in requests for updates as the other man, and what happened to him. I mentioned how my husband contacted his firm's HR, sent a letter, and told me everything was handled. All I know is that he is not working in my building anymore, be it because he was fired or transferred somewhere else. My husband said that the other men tried to blackmail me, and because the blackmail didn't work, he messaged my husband with the evidence of our affair. His firm would not be happy with one of their employees being involved with blackmail, even low-level blackmail. To be honest, I don't really care what happened to the other man, and haven't made any effort to find out. I am home alone today, so I will lurk on Reddit and answer questions if there were any for a few hours. I'd like to thank those who messaged me with kind words of support, and those who had less than kind words to say to me. And the gentleman who messaged me a week ago to explain that my husband is more possessive with me in the bedroom because he no longer sees me as his wife, but as a cum dumpster. As I mentioned before, my husband is aware I am writing these posts, and he had a laugh at some of the more exotic messages I received.